Hi guys, welcome to The Positive Life. I'm Christina, and today I will be doing a pick a card reading with you guys. But first, I have a few announcements to make. First, I'd like to thank each and every one of my subscribers for supporting me and for following me. I recently went up to 91 subscribers, so thank you so much. I really do truly appreciate you guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I do want to invite you to push that subscribe button and push that notification bell so you are aware whenever I post new content. So the second announcement I'd like to let you guys know is that I started a new website for The Positive Life. The link is right here. Right now, it's just a forum blog type website, but I'd like to incorporate Reiki sessions and some tarot sessions, just intuitive reading sessions for you guys. But right now, it's only blog and forums. I would like to invite you guys to either subscribe to my website or join my app. I've got an app for my website as well. So if you subscribe to my website or you become a member of my app, I would like to offer free Reiki sessions to the members and subscribers to the website, as well as readings. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would like you guys to join me there. I haven't offered any free sessions yet. The website's fairly new, so the more subscribers and the more members that I receive, then I will offer free sessions to the subscribers and members. So I'm really excited for that, and I hope you guys are too. Please check that out. I will show the website here and the app link here, and I will also include it down in the description box below. Okay, so that's all for the announcements. Thank you for being patient with that. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Hi guys, welcome to The Positive Life. This is your pick a card reading. So this pick a card is going to be messages from your past life. So one of your past lives are going to be coming through and they want to send you some messages. So we've got 3 piles here. Pile 1 with the rose petals. You've got pile 2 with the pine cone. And pile 3 with the dandelions. All right, so before we begin, I'd like to make a note that I previously recorded this reading for you guys, and after editing and everything was okay while I was saving it, I had some technical issues and everything got deleted and ruined. So this is going to be my second attempt on recording and going through your reading with you guys, so bear with me. So again, we've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So go ahead and take a moment and meditate on which pile is resonating with you. Whichever pile or item is resonating with you, that will be your reading. I will include the timestamps below, and I will see you there. Hi, pile 1. If you picked pile 1 with the rose petals, and this will be your reading. So first off, I'd like to talk about the rose petals. The energies that I am feeling that are coming in for this past life of yours. Well, first, the symbolism of the rose petals. Rose petals represent love, peace, protection, So I feel like this past life, this person that you were was all about that. This past life of yours, you were more of a lover than a fighter. And with that, you often had put others before yourself. And oftentimes, I feel like in this past life as well, because you did that frequently, a lot of the things that you desired, or a lot of the things that you wanted to accomplish kind of had been put on the back burner. And so let's look at your first card. Your first card would represent more of the energies of this past life. And by the way, the cards that I'm using, this deck is rather new. I really love it, but I haven't really used it or studied it for very long. So not only am I going to be using my intuition with the energies and your reading and this past life, I'm also going to be reading from the book to help incorporate and solidify this message, okay? So the first card is Reflect. So with the Reflect, I feel like this past life, as I mentioned before, didn't always receive what you had put out, you know what I mean? So you always put people in front of you. You were more of a lover than a fighter. And so with that, you had to reflect. Like, you always reflected, like, you know, why can't I get what I put out? You know what I mean? So let's read on Reflect real quick, okay? All right. Okay, reflect. Without a reflective practice, we end up repeating the same patterns over and over again, unable to reach our potential. This card asks you to sit in silence for a few moments and reflect upon what has been coming up for you recently. What emotions do you find yourself experiencing? What situations do you find yourself in often? If you are finding unease in any area of your life, have you experienced it before? When? When was the first time you remember feeling this way? Consider journaling around these questions and allowing whatever needs to come out to do so. When we reflect, the intention is not to fix, but simply to view ourselves and our lives with less bias and more openness. So I feel like this past life, you feel incomplete, and with that, this past life and the energies that it's putting out doesn't want you to repeat the same mistakes. I mean, it's not a mistake to put others before you, but you also have to put yourself before others sometimes. So you may find yourself in a similar situation. You might be putting others ahead of you, and you feel like you don't get the same back. You know what I mean? And this past life does not want you to repeat that. So let's look at the rest of your cards to see what energies and what messages this past life wants you to know. And even though you chose a rose petals, I feel like this energy is masculine. You were a masculine type energy in this past life. And I feel like you also worked with your hands. I see someone working with their hands. So maybe you made things for people, or you healed people with your hands. Maybe you were a physician or a nurse, an aide or something. So let's look at your other cards, okay? We've got self-love. So as I mentioned before, this past life, you need to practice more self-love in this life. This past life does not want you to repeat the same patterns, the same pattern that you experienced in this past life, feeling, you know, incomplete and taken advantage of. You need to go down to the core and practice some self-love. Ancestors. This past life, I'm feeling like it's asking you to go within, root yourself, ground yourself, and because when you ground yourself and you go within, that's where you find all of your answers. That's where you find the answers to the questions that you're trying to find, the signs, you know what I mean? And sometimes it comes as a whisper or a synchronicity. So this past life is asking you, it's okay to go within, ask your ancestors, ask your guides for some guidance if you feel lost, or even your higher self, because ultimately you have the answers to everything you need. We just need to take the time to ask and go within and be patient. The Alchemist. With the Alchemist, I feel like that once this is resolved, whatever you need to release through self-love, you're going to feel powerful. You're going to feel like the alchemist. You're going to be able, like, your cup will be so full, you'll be able to put out more to more people, because your cup is full, so therefore you can fill other people's cups as well. And ask body. So this goes with going in, meditate or pray or ground yourself with nature, put your feet in the grass, sit in silence, ask yourself what needs to be resolved, because you deserve what you put out. You deserve everything that you give to people. Okay, so I'm gonna go and look up self-love and see what the book says with that. All right. Loving oneself is one of those larger concepts that is difficult to truly integrate. We are conditioned from birth to doubt ourselves, compare, deny, or minimize our gifts, hide ourselves away, and change who we are. This brainwashing is crippling. We become adults who have to fight to remember ourselves. We recognize the importance of loving and accepting ourselves, but releasing those voices and negative tapes that play in our head can feel impossible. Beyond that, we often decide we need to love ourselves in order to attain or achieve something. To truly love oneself is to do so without any expectations or hopeful outcomes. The relationship with oneself is the most intimate relationship we will ever have, and it is a daily endeavor. Rather than viewing self-love as a day of pampering or fighting that which is holding you back, let all of it fall away for a few moments. Ask your heart, body, and spirit, right here, Ask your heart, body, and spirit when you wake up, what do you need from me? How can I support you? What will nurture you? Continue to check in with yourself throughout the day. So with the peacock, it says, imagine seeing a peacock skulking around and hiding its colors and feathers. It wouldn't seem quite right. Anyone who has seen a peacock in real life will tell you that this is the opposite of what they do. They are incredibly aware of their majestic qualities and use it to their advantage, especially in mating. Peacock invites you to unearth the beauty and unique aspects of self that have been hidden away. Peacocks are not born with their colorful feathers. Those grow in around 2 years of age. For humans, it is opposite. We are born in perfection. It is life that conditions us to forget it. Peacock is an ally for standing proudly in who you are. I love this. Again, this past life and the energies and messages that are coming in. Ground yourself, reflect, ask yourself, like, what do you need at, like, in a soul level, to fill your own cup? Because you ultimately can fill your own cup. Like, you looking outside of yourself is not what you need, or is not what is going to ultimately fill that cup of yours. What do you ultimately need? And you need to go root yourself and ask yourself, what do you need? What desires do you want to accomplish? Because once you start filling your own cup, then you're going to be able to share more of your love, share more of your kind, acts of kindness to others. So let's look at ancestors. This card is encouraging you to deepen your relationship with your ancestors and bring whatever you want guidance onto them. If you have not already done so, making an altar just to your ancestors is a good way to begin. You can ask them what they want as offerings and put pictures. This card may also signal a need to tend to our ancestral trauma. We can inherit the suffering of those in our lineage. This is an opportunity for you to remove blocks within yourself, but also to release your ancestors from the trauma as well. It reverberates down our entire lineage, so while we may view it as something that hinders us, try to view it as a way of healing, many more than just yourself. So not only go within and root yourself and ask yourself, but ask your ancestors. Release those bondages and past paradigm, mistakes. Because this past life doesn't want you to repeat this mistake, doesn't want you to go through life without feeling fulfilled. So let's read The Alchemist. The Alchemist card indicates a time of metamorphosis. It is a call to view everything in your current life as an opportunity for growth. Right now is a potent time to plant the seeds of what you want to invite in. It is also a reminder that our thoughts are incredibly powerful. We may not feel like we have a lot of control over our lives, but we can work hard at changing our thought patterns to ones that empower us. Whatever they are given, the alchemist is able to transmute. They may have a handful of bad ingredients, but they are able to make magic with what they have. It can be a long process, but they hold a vision for the final product while continuing to show up in their negative situation and slowly work at transmuting it. This is beautiful. This past life is asking you to transmute any voids or any past paradigms or anything that's not serving you right now. Transmute that energy. Use that energy and rise out of it. Okay? So let's look at Ask Body. In spiritual work, the body is often overlooked. There is a tendency to go higher rather than go deeper. This card encourages you to enter into a dialogue with your body. Our physical body holds all of our experiences, our heart, mind, and spirit. It also has an inherited significant experiences and traumas that have been passed on in our lineage. To dialogue with the body is to get to the root of the To dialogue with the body is to get to the root of the matter, where our minds can only guess. So summoning up, this past life was more of a giver, didn't always, was taken advantage of, didn't always receive what they gave to others. And so they don't feel completely fulfilled because they had put themselves and their needs and desires behind them. They put everyone before themselves. And that's not very healthy. And so this past life wants you to not repeat that process. If you're feeling like that, you are putting more out than you're receiving, then you need to ground yourself. You need to ask yourself, ask your body, go within, put yourself sometimes. And if it kind of feels awkward to do that because you're used to putting out more, even 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day, take some quiet time, walk with nature, do something that you desire. Do something that fills your soul and makes you happy because it makes you happy, not because it makes other people happy. So that's it for your reading, pile 1. I hope this resonates. If it does, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Bye. Hi, pile 2. If you picked pile 2 with the Pinecone, then this is your reading. So I just want to let you guys know the cards that I'm using. It's from a new deck that I have. So I haven't really sat down with them and did much work with them. So with this reading, I'm going to be using my intuition and see what energies and messages are coming through for you. But I'm also going to be reading from the book, just so we have more clarity on the messages that are coming in for you. Okay. So first, I'd like to start with the Pinecone. The Pinecone is a symbolism of knowledge and protection. So with this past life, the energy that's coming in for you, I feel like in this past life, I feel a masculine energy. I feel like that you are very knowledgeable. You were a seeker, but you were also one to spread the truth and to spread the word. You were someone who wanted to help people know their truth. So you were very knowledgeable. You could have been a scholar or, a theorist or a scientist or something, but you were someone who was also a philanthropist, like someone who helped people, with their soul work, like maybe like a philosopher. Okay, so you were really someone who people looked up to. So the first card that I'm going to be pulling for you is more of the energies of your past life, more of who this person was that you were. And we've got reclaim. I'm feeling like this past life wants you to reclaim your knowledge. This past life wants you to reclaim who you are. And I feel like that this past life energy wants to guide you through this process, through this next chapter of your life. Because you are meant for more than what you think. You're meant for great things. And because this person that you were guided people and spoke the truth, they want to speak the truth to you as well. They want to see you as your highest potential, okay? All right, so let's read in the book what reclaim says, okay? Just so we have a little bit more information. Okay. You were born as a perfectly imperfect human with gifts, talents, medicine, wisdom, and knowing. Growing up in a culture that does not nurture these gifts creates misalignment with our highest truth. Reclamation can be a lifetime process, as it is continually awakening to ancient medicine we knew in other lifetimes and soul wisdom. While there is no rule book or map for this journey, this card calls your attention to what stirs deep inside your soul memory. We are often drawn to places, people, experiences that we know on a cellular level, but our logical mind may not understand why. This card asks you to follow your intuition, trust that desire, and follow it. Reclaim your knowing, your power, your medicine, and your healing. Enjoy the mystery and stories unfolding. So, this past life wants you to reclaim who you are. This past life wants to reclaim you, wants you to reclaim yourself, wants you to reclaim your power. If you feel like you're a healer, wants you to reclaim the healer part of you, the artist part of you, the philosopher part of you. I feel like this energy is very strong, like a father figure, someone who really wants to see you succeed, and not succeed in materialism, but like succeed in a soul level, succeed where you're abundant, even if you've only got like 1 penny, you know what I mean? It's deeper than money and material stuff. This person wants you to be so successful with who you are. So let's look at your cards. We've got the Sage. The Sage is all about seeing from the outside in. And as with this energy being someone with high knowledge and well respected, this energy, this past life wants you to look at yourself and your life from the outside in. What is it that you might be blinded by? There's sometimes we do things and we don't really realize it. It's because we're inside our own box, right? We need to look at a mirror or put ourselves out from a different perspective to see exactly what is going on. And this past life is urging you to do that. Movement. You might be feeling stuck right now in life. And this past life wants you to stop being a couch potato, for lack of better words, and to do some movement because, and to release what no longer serves you. Because when you let go of things that don't resonate with you or don't serve you anymore, you make room for the things that do resonate with you and that do serve you, and you allow things to manifest for your highest good. The Seeker. This past life wants you to seek the truth within, and seek, maybe go within yourself and ask yourself questions like, what are my passions? What do I want to do? You know, what are my strengths? And from there, you will ultimately, it'll help you get out of this stagnation and to help break up and move towards something so you can reclaim yourself. You're not stuck anymore. Revolutionary. This past life and the energy that it embodies wants you to become the revolutionary, wants you to rise up from where you are. Break old habits, break old paradigms. Okay? So let's read about the sage real quick. The sage encourages you to see things from a higher perspective. Sage loves teaching others, but knows when and when not to share their thoughts. They save their energy and their wisdom for those that can truly value and integrate it. We may feel passionate about what we're saying, but we also must allow for individual responsibility. Healthy sage encourages us to share our wisdom, but to do so in a way that empowers others. Sage respects that everyone is where they are supposed to be in their process. They do not teach from a place of ego. The sage calls you to tap into the wisest part of yourself. This card serves as an invitation to explore yourself without judgment or shame. Simply be and see what you find. It is also an invitation to bring the wisdom you have found in your reflecting to others. Sage asks, what are you here to teach, and what is your message? So you ultimately might be embodying this past life energy within you still. You might want to be someone who wants to speak the truth, who wants to put out, useful knowledge to people to help them with their journey. So let's read movement. Physical movement can quick start major shifts in our internal and external worlds. While this movement can take any form, keep in mind that the type of movement we do can invite in the emotions and experiences associated with it. Intense and vigorous movement can help us access our motivation, power, and fire. Slow and methodical movements can help us to tap into our deeper feelings, and is especially helpful in releasing, healing, and deeper work. When we move our body, we are allowing any stuck or stagnant energies within us to flow, bringing space for the new. What type of movement do you need? How can you incorporate it into your day more? So, as I said before, this past life wants you to get off the couch, stop being sucked into scrolling on your social media, and to do some movement. If someone asks you to go out for coffee, go out for coffee. If you feel an urge to go out and take a walk at the park, go on that walk. Embrace that movement so things can flow to you. So let's read about the Seeker. The Seeker indicates a need for energy movement, as we mentioned before. The Seeker is childlike at heart and has faith that, at its core, the world is a beautiful place. As we grow older, it is easy to lose touch with our innocence and sense of wonder. We have responsibilities, stressful home and work environments. In the end, we get locked into survival mentality and we don't know how to break free. The Seeker's message is one of reclamation. It is not so much about ridding yourself of the stress, but remembering your essence. Slowly nurture your sense of wonder to all that is around you. You may feel silly at first, but keep working on it to balance out the negative. Replace statements of what if everything goes wrong with what if everything is exactly as it should be. So this just confirms this message with movement. And also, this past life wants you to know to take things like a child. Don't stress over things that you can't change, right? Your life will move smoother or more smoothly, each day. You'll realize if you let things just roll off your back that you can't really change or that don't deserve that energy, life will be a lot more easy to move through. And you won't like self-sabotage yourself when things do come your way. So let's read the Revolutionary. The Revolutionary card is asking you to challenge the status quo. Whether it is external or internal, the Revolutionary seeks to do things radically different, like the outlaw. The Revolutionary has ideals that can be viewed as out there. They are a natural leader that can see what the collective needs and are able to put into action. They invite others to be a part of building the world with them. The Revolutionary invites us to bring some of the trailblazing energy and apply it to our situation in life. How can you meet the needs of the collective and how can you lead the integrity? So this is exactly what this energy is projecting. The Revolutionary, someone who is out there with the truth, whether or not it's acceptable within society. But it's the truth and people need to hear it. And you might have this urge to do just this, to become the Revolutionary, to be this knowledgeable person, this energy that this past life is projecting to you. You still embody this energy, this past life. And this energy from this past life is here to guide you. Okay? So you're not alone. And you can do it. So that is it for your message. I hope this resonates. If it does, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. If you picked Pile 3 with the Dandelions, then this is your message. I just want to let you guys know that these cards that I'm using is from a new deck of mine. So not only will I be using my intuition to share with you what energies and messages this reading is coming out for you, but I will also be reading from the book just so we have a little bit more clarity and solidifying with the message, okay? All right, so first off, the Dandelion is all about dreaming and psychic powers and divination. And so with this past life and the energies that are coming in, I feel like that you were someone who liked to dab into like magic and someone who maybe made like natural salves and oils and potions or whatever. I feel like that this energy is a feminine energy. I feel like that you liked roaming with nature. I see nature and you were always around like a group of people and you guys practice together. but you were very happy, and you helped people with the salves and the tinctures and the oils that you would make. Yeah, so that is what I'm seeing for this past life. I'm feeling a sense of like medieval times. You were around like forests and trees. Yeah, so the first card that I pulled for you guys is more of the energy of this past life. So we've got the Outlaw. So the Outlaw is usually someone who is not someone with the norm, right? So with this past energy and what I'm sensing, you could have possibly been called a witch or a warlock. Well, I see more of a feminine energy, but maybe you were a warlock, just more of a feminine energy. But you were never alone. You had like your own group of people that you felt safe with, that you practiced with, that you guys would hang out in the forest with. But this outlaw, you guys weren't afraid, or you weren't afraid to be yourself, to be genuine. And you were proud of who you were and what your group of people were doing. So let's read the Outlaw, okay, from the book. When you pull the Outlaw card, it is time to go against the grain. It can be scary to do this. All humans, at some point or another, have received the message that conforming is necessary for survival. In fact, we are hardwired to be that way. Early on in human history, the individuals that were outcasts from their tribe would not survive. That still lives within us, the fear that if we go against the pack, our survival will be threatened. But the Outlaw gives us the courage to stand alone in stark contrast with that which is widely accepted or normalized. The Outlaw pushes the progress within the collective. The Outlaw is a good ally for when we are working on breaking free of limiting inherited patterns and beliefs. So this is who you were in this past life. You broke from the norm because at that time, doing anything magical or anything out of the normal, you would be outcasted, right? You hear about, people who did stuff like that would be hunged and would be called witch or whatever, but most of them, they were just practicing nature and herbalism and using their intent and their mind to help others and help themselves and help their community. But you weren't the normal person, and you were proud of that, though. You stand firm with that. So let's see the messages that are coming out for you from this past life. We've got the Universe. We've got Ascension. We've got Underworld. And we've got the Warrior. All right. So with the Universe, I feel like this energy is letting you know that it's okay to not conform. Because when you're ultimately who you are genuinely, even if it's not in the normal, you are ultimately above everyone else. Not like above, but like you are empowered. Okay? And this past life wants you to know that this past life energy wants you to see you fly, wants to see you ascend and embrace that originality of who you are, just like this life. Okay? But sometimes it's scary. Sometimes we are so tight in conformity that it's scary to break free of it. But you're not alone, okay? This past life energy and your guides and your higher self is here to embrace and help you. Because when you do embrace who you really are, regardless of what people say, you will become the warrior. You will become so empowered that the universe, everything is just going to manifest freely and beautifully for you. Embrace and accept yourself, even if it is like, even if you feel like the outlaw or the outcast. So let's read what the universe is. This card asks you to fully trust that there is a plan for you and that you have the support of the unseen. There are forces at play much larger than you can imagine, surrounded to that which you cannot control, and trust in the idea that Spirit is always orchestrating what is most needed. You are not alone. This card may come at a time when a cycle or trial is also coming to a close. Phrase any what if questions in a positive way. What if this is going to be okay? What if this is exactly as it should be? Exactly. This past life wants you to know that everything works out for you, regardless of how dark or dense it may feel currently. As long as you know your truth and you embrace who you are, you're going to come out on top. So let's read Ascension. This card is a testament to all of the work you have done. It is a nod from the universe that your efforts are seen and are being rewarded. Things are moving forward and you will continue to progress and reach your higher state of consciousness as well as earthly success. This card can also be encouraging you to deepen your spiritual practices and work toward an alignment with the highest code of your being. Life is all about moving and reaching our true potential. You are well on your way. Keep going. Exactly. This past life wants to see you succeed. Okay? And so embrace yourself, accept yourself, know that however you want to live or that resonate with you is exactly how or where you need to be or who you need to be. Be who you are from a soul level. Be exactly who you are, whatever that could be. So let's read Underworld. If the Underworld card comes to you, it is either an invitation to go within yourself or it serves as an acknowledgement of where you are currently are. If you do not sense you are in the underworld, then this card is asking you to take a pause and allow the things that need to fall away to do so. Release what doesn't serve you. If you are in the underworld at the moment, it can often feel like it is a trial after trial. It may also feel empty and uncomfortable. The underworld is where we die and are reborn and holds the fire of transformation. And let's read the warrior. Pulling the warrior card indicates a need for strong fire energy and internal power. The warrior is a call to action as opposed to just a state of mind. It asks you to examine not just oppressive people in your life, but also the larger systems within the world, and then get to work. The warrior is not about complacency. In identifying where you need to stand up more, you may make those around you feel uncomfortable and defensive, but you must continue forward. You must not conform. This is the message that is coming. You know who you are, and you might be experiencing some give, right? Do not let up. Continue forward. The warrior can have a cutting message. It is saying, I see what you are doing, but what else can you do? Warrior sacrifices parts of themselves for humanity at large. Okay? So, summoning up this energy from this past life wants you to embrace who you are, even if it's not normal. Because really, like, what is normal? Like, you are beautiful exactly who you are. And when you release or let go of the people or the things that are keeping you confined, when you release that, then you start to bloom and you start to realize that things are coming to you. Okay? Everything in the universe is coming to you, and you're going to ascend. You're going to realize that this is exactly what you need to be doing. All right? So, pile 3, this is your message. I hope that resonates. If it does, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.